What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are taking a look at the crypto crash, as people are calling it, or the regulation that they are trying to instill upon DeFi and Bitcoin. So let's jump into this one. So down in the 1,066 billion mark, the lowest Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market has been for a long time. However, finding a little bit of support at 1.93%. But look, overall, if you look on the 7-day chart, seeing some pretty heavy losses. You know, Solana down 32%, BNB down 20%. But look, where things are really taking a beating is in the kind of DeFi space. So look, Shiba Inu down 25.5%. So really, kind of what's going on? Why is the market completely crashing? And look, first of all, we need to understand crypto is still very, very new. The space is very, very junior and in its infancy in terms of what we can do. And it is fundamentally driven by news.
Brother, can you spare a Bitcoin?
Bitcoins. You never heard of them a few weeks ago? Or is
We're
it
going to
just
debate that.
stupid?
You ever heard of Bitcoin?
Bitcoins, maybe I should get some. Do you have any?
End of story. You know, if you don't know that already, then, you know, something is wrong. But we had this from the Biden administration preparing to release a government-wide crypto strategy. Always starts in America or Russia or China. You know, it kind of goes in cycles, doesn't it? We heard China banned it, and then I think the government went and bought loads of Bitcoin. But the Biden administration preparing to release government-wide crypto strategy report. Now, at the minute, it is only news and it is speculation. We haven't actually had any official reports right now. But look, the Biden administration is repeatedly preparing a release of initial government-wide strategy on digital assets, including cryptocurrency. The strategy is being drafted as an executive order. This was reported by Bloomberg on Friday, citing people familiar with the matter who revealed that senior administration officials have had multiple meetings on the plan. Now, they know they've talked about this for a long time. They want to try and add some level of regulation in. And we talked about this on the channel a while back, where we see scams and big scams. So the Squid Game one was a huge one, and people notice this. People start to lose money, and, you know, governments and such like start to get involved. So the directive will detail economic, regulatory, and national security challenges, which I always find it's interesting that because you're in crypto, that means you're a bad guy, it means you're a criminal. Which we all know is not true. So, you know, national security challenge. So if you bought Bitcoin, you are a threat to the United States of America. It would direct various federal agencies to weigh in with their assessment of crypto risk and opportunities. They will be asked to submit reports on their findings in the second half of 22. Now, if you remember the Facebook thing, it was just a disaster. These people have no idea what they're talking around. So it's going to be really interesting what that report comes back as. What have we seen on the back of it? Well, look, we saw CNBC report this. So from a Bitcoin crash to regulatory crackdowns, analysts give their top predictions for crypto in 2022. It talks here that all things considered, Bitcoin has had a pretty good year, and I think overall it has. Digital currency in general, NFTs are going to be huge this year, and they're going to have to really wade in to try and make a big difference in this. But digital currency up nearly 70% since the start of 2021, driving the entire crypto market to combine $2 trillion in value. So you see this as well, we've lost nearly 500 billion since then. But we saw the first major cryptocurrency go public. That's right, Coinbase is a publicly traded company, and at $328 per share is a good investment, and it is up there with the big boys. Valuing crypto exchange at $85.8 billion. So they are going to have to do some really big efforts to try and ban such things as crypto when you've got a business as big as that. We also saw increased participation from Wall Street banks like Goldman Sachs, and the first US exchange-traded fund linked to Bitcoin. So there was a lot of positives that happened in the last year. But like anything, people want to see crypto fail. That's just reality. I saw a stat, 4% of the world have touched, interacted, or held cryptocurrency. I think the stat I saw was something like 70% of Americans have dealt with the Forex market or the stock market. And I think it was something like 11% have dealt with crypto. So it's very, very, very new, and people are scared about it, particularly if you think about your first investment, if it all goes wrong. And I think those people that are invested for a long time tend to talk about the mistakes they've made and the learnings they've taken from that. I think we've all been scammed at some point, whether it's for a little or for a lot. And I think this is what they want to do. How they're going to do it and the level of regulation is going to be an interesting one. You can see here, if I were an investor now, I would think about coming out of Bitcoin soon because its price will probably crash next year. That's right. And I saw a really interesting tweet where it was like, this is the point I should be worried. And obviously now at 39,000, it's a significant jump from where it was last year, about 20K, I think it was. So we also saw Russia trying to make a big play as well. and Russia's now going to ban cryptocurrency mining. So, you know, it's all a bit chaotic at the minute. I think there's a lot of nervousness in the market, and I think as the market's tanked, people on paper lose money. And again, you only really actually lose your money when you sell it. That's my opinion on things. So if we take a look at the DeFi space that, you know, a lot of the tokens I trade on and talk about on my channel, we can see that it's following the Bitcoin market, generally speaking. There are a couple of books to the trend. Mandoc's having a really good time. Shinja and Shibnobi, again, having a good time. DeFi space tends to be a little bit more volatile, you know, and tokens that do well, you would think, don't. So we're seeing definitely some volatility. Saitama, the app for me, I've just dropped a video. The app for me is now working, so I would certainly expect to see Saitama start to move very, very shortly. But overall, you know, the crypto market is down, but DeFi space seems to be doing differently. So what are we going to expect in DeFi? Well, look, I think if anything's going to get regulated, they're going to really go after this kind of this DeFi space. Let's be fair about it. Stablecoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're pretty solid. The communities behind them are huge. The holders are huge. The supply is huge. I think when you get into things like DeFi, that's probably where we're going to see a little bit more volatility, and I think where governments are going to want to restrict and regulate that space as much as possible. So we're going to have to sit on the sidelines, see what happens. Crypto is huge. They're going to really have to do something to start to regulate this. But look, let's see what Biden does. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the current crypto cash. And do you know what? If you're an investor in Bitcoin or crypto, did you buy the dip? And I'll see you guys in the next one.